Lee Grant has been studying her face for more than 80 years, and so have we, on stage, on television, and in movies like Shampoo.
I mean, you have no respect for me.
Valley of the Dolls.
Jennifer, why don't you remember him as he was?
And In the Heat of the Night.
What kind of a place is this?
For 4.5 years, sitting in her Manhattan apartment.
And this was the desk that I wrote on. This is the desk that I used for makeup.
The Academy Award-winning actress and director confronted her past, writing it all down by hand. The result is a new, thoroughly honest memoir, I Said Yes to Everything.
My real name is Yova Haskell Rosenthal.
Yova's family had a vision for her, a life of fame and glamour, maybe as a dancer.
Rich American with a slightly English accent, you know, what they saw in the movies.
There was play acting going on.
Not play acting. There was just a yearning, a wish, an immigrant's wish, and it all depended on me to carry out the wish.
To make that wish come true, she threw herself into studying theater. Her early training led to a part in the 1949 Broadway play Detective Story, a role she repeated in the film. It earned her the first of 4 Oscar nominations, but as quickly as she had ascended, it all came crashing down.
I was blacklisted from the time I was 24, an actress, 24 to 36.
Your prime years.
Can you imagine? 24 to 36.
Are you a member of the Communist Party? Or have you ever been a member of the Communist Party?
Starting in 1947, the House Un-American Activities Committee subpoenaed actors, directors, and writers to discover if the entertainment industry was indoctrinating Americans with communist ideology. What did you think about communism at the time? And was it something that you were passionate about?
I knew nothing about it, and it was one of the big rifts between my husband and myself. He was a communist, and I didn't have the base for that kind of philosophy. I just couldn't understand it.
Not only was Grant in love with an American communist, screenwriter Arnie Manoff, she had agreed to speak at the memorial service of a fellow actor, J. Edward Bromberg, who had been blacklisted and died of a heart attack just short of his 48th birthday.
2 days later, I was in a union meeting, Actors Equity meeting, and the actor in front of me said, "I see you've made the list." And I said, "What list?" And he said, "Red Channels." He had this book of Red Channels, and my name was in it. Lee Grant was in it, with the words that I'd said at his memorial.
What is it to see your name on that list today?
Well, I'm in good company.
Grant's name was placed on a list that included Leonard Bernstein, Lena Horne, Arthur Miller, Pete Seeger, Orson Welles, and many others.
From that day, for 12 years, I couldn't work again in film or television.
And once her name appeared, she had to testify in Washington, D.C. before the Un-American Activities Committee. What did these men ask you?
They asked me if I got my work through the communists. They apparently had put together communist agent with theater agent. So an agent, they thought, was a communist agent. So, I mean, they were so stupid.
In 1964, her attorney did a political favor for the head of the House committee. And for Grant, the blacklist was over. But so was her marriage to Arnie Manoff, who soon died at 50 from a heart attack. Once off the list, many offers came her way, including one of the most popular television shows at the time, Peyton Place, for which she won an Emmy.
This is the continuing story of Peyton Place.
His actual statement was, "Tell your brother that I'm going to get him."
Peyton Place was a town ripe with secrets, and Grant had been keeping a few of her own. She'd been skimming years off of her birth date, and more.
I had a facelift at 30.
That's so young.
Yes, but I couldn't look in the mirror.
Did you achieve the effect you wanted?
Absolutely.
You felt what?
Everything that went down went up. You know.
So more roles followed, even if it meant playing slightly older women, like the one who wanted a shampoo and a lot more from her seductive hairdresser.
Well, you're looking great, baby.
What are you doing later?
Whatever you say.
And even though Warren Beatty himself was the hottest commodity in Hollywood, Grant swears there was no sex, even during his romantic visit to her hotel room.
We kissed each other, and we felt so good that we just kept on kissing and kissing and kissing until he left. It was morning after all. You know, he had a lot of other ladies to drop in on.
Maybe not Warren, but she did get Oscar for Best Supporting Actress, and her life changed again.
And as I went up, something like came over me of knowing that I was going to be too old for the kind of parts that I played, that I've been running from disclosing my age and knowing that age would always be against me.
As you're walking up,
Yeah,
you saw it as the end.
this was it.
So she became a movie director, and along with her second husband, producer Joe Fury, made a series of highly successful documentaries.
Do a good day's work and be honest. And where did it get me? Out the door.
Their examination of poverty down and out in America won the Academy Award in 1987.
Well, from 12 years of not being able to express your opinion unless you were punished for it, it was being able to explore all of the social problems that were happening. It was the Reagan years. It was the first time that I'd seen homeless people. Are you writing?
Today, Lee Grant is just another one of those smart-looking women you see shopping on the streets of Manhattan.
I want 1/4 pound of Nova, please.
This grandmother of 5 has no trouble being seen in public. Just don't ask her how old she is.
What do you want me to say, Michelle?
are now.
Okay, I have a problem. Is that what you want to hear?
No. Are you going to tell me your age?
No!
How old are you?
I can't tell you that.
If she won't tell, we won't either.